A warm welcome back to Greenwich Valley for episode 20 with me, MrSealyp. So, this is my not so elegant solution to the problem I had in the last episode where I did all of these round bales only to find that the Primos wouldn't take them. So, what I'm doing, I have leased the really big Silo King, 45,000 litre one. What I'm doing is using the Breslin Lade front end onto 12 that. Hang on, why did that not pick up before? Let's just go across a little bit, try that again. There we go. Picking up 4 in one go is much easier. So I'm turning it all back into loose material. I know it's ridiculous, but it's something I'm going to need to do. Well, I say that. I'm going to show you something else in a minute. There we go. And I'll keep doing that till that's full. I should have opened up, but never mind. So I'll keep doing that with all these piles. I've got a load more round bales over on field 15, which I'm going to go and collect. But what I then do is with this, I drive across the field, unload here, and leave a swath on the floor. Like so. And then, rather than bale that and then go through the process of putting all the bales onto the shredder, onto the Primos, I decided to just use the Primos in its loose configuration. So with the front connector, I've taken off the shredder off the side, and then with the lorry from mesh pellets, I pull that across the field, and I just do the pellets as we go on the swath. It's the simplest way of doing it. Like I say, it's not elegant. Simple, yeah, to be fair, it's the simplest solution I could come up with without having to re-bale everything into square bales, then put all those square bales onto the bale shredder to make pellets when I could just do it in one quicker step. You know, it just made more sense. Had I have done all the bales in the first place and had they worked in the first place, I wouldn't even be entertaining this. It wouldn't be an issue, but unfortunately, because it didn't work, because I'm lifting 4 bales at a time, I did put a rear weight on the back of the telehandler. Just makes life a little bit easier. So I'll do that and that. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to run the Primos round. Now here's the other thing. That's what I told you before. Let's go into the menu. Look across at barn at the top again. No prices for straw and hay pellets. Last episode I was selling them for 2,403 for 1,000 litres at the barn. So I saved the game, came out, had to think about what I was going to do, came back on again, and there's no prices there now. So all this I'm doing could be for naught if I don't get any more bales pop up on there. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you. It's now 7:05. This is going to take me a long time. What I might end up doing is putting all the pellets in storage if I can. I haven't got that much storage on the farm that will take it all. Or pile it up. I don't really want to pile up somewhere. So I'm just hoping something changes, and then we'll sell it all when the price comes back, or the price goes back up again. It might be the price is only there during work hours, maybe. I'm just wondering if it just appears and disappears. I really don't know. I don't know what's causing it, but it is driving me a little bit mad, if I'm honest. This bale is not supported. Oh, that's good to know. Probably put too many in, actually. What are we up to in here? 45,000 litres. So what I'll do is start it off, unload here. I drive around the map like so. Like I say, it's not elegant, it's not realistic, it's not perfect, but you know what, in light of the situation I find myself in, it's the best solution I've got. And then I'll go around with the Primos and pellet it all. It's the only way I'm not going to do it any other way. There we go. Then I'll hook up to the Primos and go around and do that. It's working, that's the main thing. I'm just glad this large mixer's available, because if it had been with small mixers... Oh, that bale's still in there. Didn't take it. If I turn that on, will it do anything? Ah, that's a pain. Oh. Happy days. It's 12 minutes past 8. It's pouring down with rain. There's not a lot I can do at the moment. We have got a couple of contracts on. As you've already seen, we did alright. The bit you just saw was recorded directly after the last episode. Thank you to all the comments, all the suggestions, all the things people were saying about I should have remembered my own look at the add-on straw harvest equipment. You know what? I did, and that's the thing. While I was recording, I thought I can't stop doing what I'm doing and go and check the video. But then in my head I was thinking, did I prove in that video that they did work or they didn't work? And if you notice on the previous video, I kept saying, I don't think this is going to work. In the back of my mind, I knew it wasn't going to work, because I kept saying, I don't think it will, I don't think it will. And then proved my point, it didn't work. So what you already saw, I had already recorded. So that was the simplest way of doing it, was just a case of shredding the bales, spreading them all out. The reason I did bales in the first place, a lot of people did say, why are you doing bales? Why did you do bales in the first place? Let's get out and go on this. Was because we don't have a tractor with enough horsepower to pull the Primos. The lorry down at Mesh Pellets belongs to Mesh Pellets, and we had used it a couple of times already, so I thought, you know what, we'll do it with the equipment we've got. When I got to that point where everything had gone wrong, and I just thought, you know what, I need to get this done. So quick phone call to Mesh Pellets, can we borrow the lorry? They said yes. Bob's your uncle, and we're in the position we're in now. We shifted 195,000 litres of straw pellets. We made 454,353, selling them at the barn. So pallets, at the pallet sell point, you can make really good money. Hay pellets, you can make really good money. Straw pellets normally you can't, but for some reason at the barn the straw pellets were going, I mean, it went up to, what did I show, 2,700 for a 1,000 litre. I used it for a litre. For 1,000 litres we did alright. So we're up to 850 grand. Debt free, but we've got some things we need to do, and that's what we're going to be doing this episode. This episode is going to be a little bit more of a gentle one. I've been a little bit kind of maxed out, doing as much as I could do within an episode, you know, doing the silage, then doing the pellets, and you know, it's been full on. So this one's going to be a little bit more relaxed. Now, we have made some decisions. That's why I just came out from talking to Mick and Stuart. We are keeping this JCB. The 3-point isn't fantastic, but for hauling, this thing is brilliant because it's faster than the new one. That goes at 46 miles an hour, that goes at 40 maxed out. So whilst this is the better tractor, that one's better for speed. So for hauling loads, that thing is brilliant. We're keeping it. We are buying this one, and we're going to jump in it. We're up to 14.9 of our 20 hours we were allocated by JCB, but we are buying it. We have worked out a deal with JCB. We're going to get it off them for 150 grand, which I think is a result, because this wasn't new when we got it. This has been trialled around a few different farms, so it has seen a bit of use. So 150 grand, we're going to be paying for that in a minute. Plus we need a new seeder, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to grab the seeder. We're going to take the seeder back to the store. We're going to be getting a new seeder. I think we're going to get a new front tank as well, so that combination is going to go. We're also going to buy a lorry, because we've been using the one from Mesh Pellets quite a lot, and I think we've decided on the farm it's quite useful to have. Again, for hauling, we could lease larger trailers, so if we've got the lorry, it gives us a few more options. So we're thinking that's probably the way to go. So it's all about, at the moment, we've got a few things to buy, and we've got the money to do that. So the JCB needs a bit of cleaning, a bit of love. But what we're also going to do, we're going to buy all the equipment. I'm not going to start seeding because obviously it's pouring with rain, so we won't start seeding the fields with the new seeder. But we are going to prep ready for doing that. All the equipment has been returned and taken back to where it needs to go, which is fantastic. Have I got anything in this? I have. Right, what we'll do is do it outside, and hopefully if it, I bet it's going to come out the wrong side, isn't it? You watch. I want it to come out to the left, I bet it comes out to the right. Yep, of course it did. Right, that's what we'll do. Fill it back up again, so fill it up. What we'll do is swing on this way. Are you kidding me? It's doing it to torment me. Right, let's use the JCB. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to swap all that around. What else was I going to say? Can't remember now. We're doing well, we're doing well. I am thinking very soon, the fact we are now debt free, I've got them clear of the debt, I'm going to help them get all their new machinery and sort themselves out. There we go, that will empty into there, like so. That, I think I need a holiday, I need a break, I need to get away, and that's literally and narratively, I really do need to get away. I need a break. Sorry for the delay, that's the other thing I was going to say. It has been mad busy over the last few days, with all the various different things that I do and get done. So getting back on here to get all this done seems to have taken a while. So I do apologise for delaying that. This will be going back over to the sheep farm to help Debbie because she's got some more pallets that are going to need to be loaded up. I did, when I was doing all of the baling with the Primos, I did buy a load more molasses because we ran out of molasses twice, I think, on that. I mean, to be fair, we did quite a lot of pellets, let's be honest. So yeah, we just ran out. But all is good. I'm happy about the position we are in. So we're probably going to do another soybean harvest, I guess. We'll chuck a load of soybean in the ground again. Oh, that was the thing I was going to say. We have taken on a harvest contract. That popped up early this morning. So we've taken on a harvest contract. That is for soybean as well, over on field 12. And that is taking it to Jeremy at the cow farm, which is quite handy, although it hasn't stopped raining since. So I can't actually get over there and do the harvest because of the pouring rain, which is unfortunate. So what I'm going to do now is head off. I will see you up at the store in a minute. We're going to sell these, we're going to buy the new ones, probably going to buy the lorry while we're up there, and we'll pay for the JCB. So the JCB will be out. So technically, although we've been using it for a little while, we will have a new tractor. I'm going to go this way today, I think. Let's swing around this way. We'll go the back lanes, I think. That way I haven't got to worry about the cedar behind me. I can leave it and we'll just go up the middle of the road. If anything comes, I'll move over. I remembered one of the other things we needed to do. There was another reason why we were going to get the truck now. The lorry now. We've got pigs to shift for Rob. I think he started off, the farm, with 9 of each type. I think we did. It's up to 19 now, so he's got quite a few he needs to sell. So we're going to be doing that, helping him transport those. So yeah, let's say a bit of a kind of easy listening, easy viewing today. Drop that down. I still haven't been able to get this whole thing, when you do configuration and adjustment of vehicles, etc., being able to skip through. I've still had people saying to me, when you are repairing vehicles, you don't have to drop them off, you can just skip through using L1, R1. I still cannot get that to work. I have tried and tried and tried. Cannot get it to work. So Let's drop that there. Money has gone down. We are down to 700,000. We have paid the 150,000 to JCB for this. This now belongs to us. The JCB 4220. It's us, not us. It's not mine. It belongs to the farm. You know what I mean? So let's sell that. Now, obviously, we're selling a really cheap. Let's repair that and sell it. Yeah, I mean that cedar was also a direct drill and was only £6 to buy. That's what I've always said, £6 for a 6 metre. The fact you can hook them all together, worth its weight in gold, but obviously not particularly great for the roads we're on. So I'm now going to buy the bits and bobs we're going to need for the farm. So this is the uprating section, the part where we started and I came to the farm and there was loads of machinery missing, things we didn't have, things we needed. We got trial hours, we've leased loads of stuff. We've got ourselves debt free, so now we're in a position where we can start upgrading some of the stuff we've got on the farm. Mick's on board, he's really happy with this. Well, say really happy. Stuart's more happy than Mick is, but we're going to make this work. So, cedars. Like I said before, we've got a new manufacturer available, so we're going to go with something new from them. We're going to be using the DF2 plus NGS 101 F35, you know, that cedar that rolls off the tongue with great ease. 6 metre, so we're replacing a 6 metre for a 6 metre, but this one's going to be easier to transport, so we're going to go for that. And then we're going to get the front hopper that goes with it. We just sold a 1,500 litre and we're going to get a 2,000 litre instead. Just think that's a better way of going about it, so we're going to buy that too. So that's how. That's the cedar portion of this episode. Is it run the right way for? Hang on, did I get the right one? Oh no, did I just get the wrong one? Just suddenly realised what I should have checked. Oh yeah. Whew. Yeah, this machine offers the possibility to seed directly, no previous cultivating or plan required. So we have got a direct drill, which is what we were hoping for. Next then, we are getting a lorry. And we're going to go with the one that they've got down at Mesh Pellets, because I really like it, and it's not too expensive either. I think we're going to go for that. Don't know now. Looking, thinking, do I really want it? I do like red. Do we go with a darker red? Although I've been quite taken by the hardy red of late, haven't I? I've said that before. You know what? I don't want a stripe, so I think we're probably going to go with... Yeah, let's go with that. I think we're going to leave it on Trelleborgs. Can go with the chunky ones. Look at them bad boys. I think they look fantastic, but that's more for logging and off-road type stuff. Adds a bit to the price too. We'll go for standard, I think. Or do we want to go for... Hang on. Actually, I might go for the knock-ins. Adds another £2 onto the price, though. Yeah, let's go with knock-ins. Bull bar, yes, but we're going to go with a nice shiny one. Are we? Yeah. And then we are going to go with a 3-point hitch on the front, because you never know, it could come in handy and be incredibly useful. So 414 horsepower, 107 grand. Car nods that, and we need one. So those bought, and we are still sitting on 537 grand. Very nice indeed. Right, let's hook these up, get these back to the farm, and then what we'll do is sort out leasing a trailer. We're not going to buy a trailer. We'll go over to the pig farm to Rob's and we're going to help him shift some pigs. And then hopefully the rain stops and we can get some seeding done. The beauty with this setup as well is... Job done. That we can... we get the pipe connection as well between the two. Actually, while I'm here I should get some seed, shouldn't I? But what we'd need to do is get one of the trailers over and do a full load of seed. Now we've got a bit of money, get a load of seed in storage, so I think we might come up with a trailer and do that. That's probably not a bad idea, is it? We're stuck on the wall again. That's one thing I don't like about this yard. There we go. It's not perfect, but it will do. There we go. Oh, crap, we're making a meal of this, aren't we? It's like Austin Powers all over again. There we go. So, double pipe. Start from 2 hopper sections. So one pipe goes from there, one pipe goes from there. They join up, run right the way across, and then split at the back to the 2 sections of the seed on the back there. Very nice indeed. Right, we also need then some seed. I'm going to get large pallets because I just find they're more cost effective. Well, actually no, the seed doesn't seem to make a lot of difference, does it? No, it doesn't matter. We'll get it from here. Just to start us off, and then like I say, we'll come up and we'll get a whole load from somewhere else. Right, so oh, that's interesting. This back bit does hold seed, doesn't it? Does it need to be open to... Oh no, it hasn't got tanks, has it? Of course it hasn't, I'm thinking of the wrong one. This is literally the front. Oh, I needed one of these pallets then, didn't I? Never mind. At least we've got a spare now. So 2,100 litres. Oh yeah, the pallet's 2,100 litres, but that only holds 2,000. Right, let's get this back to the farm. Very nice indeed. Very, very happy with this. The other thing I'm thinking of doing is speaking to them, because we've got the agramash for our mulching stubble fertilisation. What I'm thinking is saying, well, now we've got a bit of money, now we haven't got to worry, too much. By doing contracts for other people, that money we're going to be getting, I think we can put into fertilising. So I'm thinking potentially getting on this same company, getting their fertiliser spreader. That might be a pretty good option, I'm thinking. Although to be fair, we have got our lime spreader does fertiliser as well, doesn't it? So we could just use that. Seems a bit mad buying another one when we've got one that does it already. But start investing in some fertiliser. So maybe then we'll get a trailer, either put it with the lorry or we'll get a trailer back for the lorry. We'll come down, we'll buy a load of lime, or actually no, we'll get the lime, we'll go up to the guys, is it R&B? Where I bought the lime from before, mine's gone blank. Let's have a quick check. No, not on that one. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? I can tell. R&B. RK Blair, not R&B Blair. I was thinking R and then Blair. Yeah, we'll go up there and get a load of lime, put that into storage, and we'll buy a load of fertiliser. That way it gives us a lot more options when we get round to fertilising the fields. I could have one tractor running the agramash on one field while I'm fertilising another field using the spreader. Again, speeding up the process. It may cost us a little bit of money, but if we can speed up the processes, we can make that money back pretty well. So, fingers crossed this rain stops. It wasn't until like 2 o'clock the day before the rain stopped and we could actually get any work done. What I do like is the lights in the front of this. Look at that. That's cool, the lighting on that front tank. Minty. Very cool. Right. The other thing I am suggesting is, much as I love it, and I do, I'm thinking of getting a new telehandler for the farm, because we're using the telehandler quite a lot, and don't get me wrong, it's done absolutely brilliantly. It does often require a rear weight or a weight of some description on the back, just to help out, because heavy loads it doesn't like too much. Oh no, this is the one I've got to unfold it for it will let me detach it. Oh, I did say that, didn't I, when I reviewed it? It's going to take up a lot of room for storing. Oh, why are we not unfolding? There we go. Yeah, so I just think, and it only runs at 12 miles an hour as well, so it's fairly slow. I just think if we are going to go down that route of now starting to invest a bit more and upgrading the farm, it's done a fantastic job. It's been a phenomenal bit of kit, but I just think we may need to upgrade. It's a pity there's not a JCB telehandler available, so I would like to upgrade like for, well, not like for like, you know what I mean? But I think what we'll do, we'll have a look and maybe upgrade the telehandler as well. But that'll come. Too much in one go. Can't cope. All these new things. It's all very exciting. So I need to go off to back up and get the lorry. Right, let's see if I can get a lift. Right, so we'll go and get the lorry. We'll get at least a pig trailer. We'll get down to Rob's. We'll get the pigs. We'll get them delivered, and then it'll be a case of waiting for the rain again. Once the rain stops, we'll get some seeding done. And like I say, we have got this contract here. We've taken on. Where are we? There, harvesting field 12. Harvest soybeans in field 12 and take the product to Verkaufsgross. That's basically just Jeremy's cow farm. His self-marketing system. His little farm shop. Fertilising on that field, sowing, baling. Yeah, so until the rain stops, we can't do anything with that. Although I've just realised I didn't borrow equipment, did I? I just started the contract, so we're going to have to use our own for that. I'll be right. I'm back up at the store, just checking the main door on the back of this. We have leased the MrSealyp AM19 animal trailer. This will take 21 pigs. I think it's 21 pigs. So we'll do 20, I'm thinking. We might do a couple of loads actually, I don't know. We'll see how we go. It's 9:41, the rain's still coming down, although top right you will see that it is showing the sunshine symbol next to the rain now. So at some point, fairly soon, hopefully, the sun will come out. Hopefully. That's going to be interesting. I just realised getting out of here might be a bit of a game. Keep it nice and wide. Try to hit the fence post. We should. Ah, yeah, we're right. No worries. Right, pig farm. What's the best way to go to the pig farm? Out onto the main road, I think. Now at the pig farm, this is a big old unit to be moving around. So what I think I'm going to do is drive through the pig farm at Rob's, and then we'll worry about. I think we'll go through into field 78, come back around, and then it'll be easy to reverse and then get back out to the main road again. I think you'll see when I get there. It'll make sense. It'll all make sense when we get there. So yeah, pigs will be next. We'll get rid of those, and then yeah, like I said earlier, it's just earlier. I say earlier, a few minutes ago for you. It's been a little while for me, but I had a. Am I going to admit to this? I had a MrSealyp moment. It's happened quite a lot now. I was recording quite happily, no problem at all. And what happened? Something happened. Oh yeah, I was uploading a video and it popped up on the screen saying cannot upload. I thought, that's weird, and then I panicked and thought, oh no, it's going to come up on the screen while I'm recording. I don't think it does, but so I saved my recording, came out of the map, sorted out the upload problem, came back onto the map and realised I hadn't saved my progress. So whilst I'd saved my recording, I was back to where I was quite a while ago. So I had to go through all the steps I'd done on camera, off camera, and I had to try and remember what I'd done and duplicate it. So yeah, so for me it's been a little while. For you it's been mere moments. I didn't have to admit to that actually. It's my warts and all approach to everything I do. Keeps me sane, keeps me human, keeps me humble. If you keep cutting out all the bits you do wrong and showing the world that you're perfect at everything, your mind then starts saying to itself, no, I'm perfect, I'm awesome, I'm the best thing ever. And whilst that is nice to have an attitude of, you know what, confidence, and you know, I get that, but there's something to be said for, you know, remembering your roots, remembering where you came from, remembering, you know what, I'm not a professional at this. I may do this as a profession, so I suppose technically, but I by no means have ever claimed to be better than anybody else or the best or anything like that. That's just not who I am. I play the game, do what I do, I make mistakes like everyone else does. As we all do. Even the people that claim they don't. Oh, the traffic is so slow. Now, who was I watching the other day? Silver News. I was watching Silver News. Watching a bit of Joe. And he was talking about a mod coming up, but it might only be... I think they were saying they're trying to get it cross-platform. It's a traffic mod that map makers can use, and it varies the traffic so that it speeds up and slows down depending on what sort of roads it's on. So main roads it will go a lot faster than on side roads, and varying different equipment as well. So there'll be vehicles with trailers, there'll be not just your bog standard stuff we're kind of used to seeing. There's a whole load of stuff that's going to be a little bit different. That'd be nice if it does come. Like I say, it just adds a bit of immersion. Again, makes it feel a little bit more real. So, what I meant was, what I need to do is get to that bit there. Oh, the gate's open. Rob. Tut tut. So what I'm going to do is drive through, swing around. Actually, it's raining. I don't want to get bogged down the field, so we'll swing around on the grass field. Mind you, could be just as bad, but I'm sure we'll be okay. And then we'll come back at this from the other way, and it'll be easier to back up rather than trying to manoeuvre around in the small yard. It's probably about the best I'm going to get. So what we'll do is swing up to there. And now we'll back up. That's better. Like that. What we'll do is open this up because we want them to be able to have plenty of air. Turn these off a second. Now I can do that for me in cab if I want to, but we are going to load up. So, what we want to do... oh, they're all mixed up, aren't they? We're going to do black first. So we're going to go 1 black, 2, 3, 4, 5 black. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black and white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Confirm. We should have the right mix in there. Does it tell me how many I've got? It doesn't. They are mixed. Actually, they've all separated themselves. Look. Black one's at the top, pink at the front. Blimey. A piggy hierarchy. Who'd have thought? I think we're good. Oops. Right. Let's get these delivered. Now what it should mean, because we've taken some out, and I say should, let's close the gate this time. What should be the case now, if we go across and have a look at our pigs, you'll notice that everything's now gone up a little bit. So the orange on the right hand side for corn, wheat, barley, soybean, canola was much, much lower. Because I've taken a load out, it means that what feed is in there will go further because there's less animals in there, so that's gone up a little bit. What I will do is come back, we'll take another 5 of each out, which will bring us down to the original 9 that Rob had. Again, which will make the feed go a bit further, and then we'll go through the process again. How much Rob will get for these, or the farm gets for these, or whatever, I'm not too sure at the moment. we will see when we get to the livestock market. But that's what I said at the start. This is a much more easygoing episode. This is not, you know, the last few. Like I said, I have spent, to make the money we made, to pay back the debt as quick as possible, has involved a lot of hours of work. Obviously that then gets condensed down when I edit the videos down, so what you see is a condensed version of, but like I said before, I play in real time. Some of those jobs took 6-7 hours. You know, the baling jobs, the ones that we did, the bunker silo, all those things, it was hours and hours of work. Whereas this one should be a nice, gentle, let's do a bit of delivery, let's collect a few things up, buy some new machinery, when the rain stops, we'll start doing a bit of seeding. That's all I've got to worry about. I've got no time constraints to worry about, I've got no silos filling, I've got nothing to wrap. It's, yeah, very nice indeed. But it's good that we have got our own machinery now on the farm. That I said we had our own machinery before, and I'm really pleased we bought the JCB. That's a good purchase. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to push him to see if we can get some trial hours on the large JCB. You never know. You never know. They might say yes. Stranger things have happened. Although, like I said, I'm entitled to a bit of holiday. I do need to get away. So we may have a bit of a holiday. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. If you follow my drift. Follow my drift? If you follow me, you'll get my drift. Blimey. Mixing up, MrSealyp. Making up new phrases. We want this one here, don't we? Yeah, this is livestock market right here. Whoa, this is going to be tight getting out of here. Can I get forward into that gap? Probably. There we go, should be good. £20,000. That's alright. When you consider that most of that feed, at least a big chunk of it, and recently a lot of it, has all been technically free. Because I've been getting it as extra crops for doing harvest jobs. I know quite a few people commented, and thanks for the people that did, to say that because the crops are kind of worth more money, would it make more sense to sell the crops and just buy pig food? Potentially, but you've got to remember as well, there are people out there that are very anti the whole pig food buying thing, and you know, yes, yeah, I mean that would make perfect sense. You could probably get more pig food for your money, depending on where you buy it from. By selling the crop, I thought this would be the easiest way of doing it. Thank you. Yeah, by selling the crop and then buying pig food, than you would just using the crop. I guess it depends, especially for things like soybean. So if you're using soybean to feed them, yeah, that's worth a fortune. So you're probably better off, rather than feeding the soybean, just selling it. I'm going to go this way, up, round and back into the yard from the other way, just because it was easier to pull out from there. I'll see you in a minute. Let's load up another 20. Come on, rain. Stop. Right, we're back. We're done. We're loaded. We are now looking at 9 of each left in here, and if you look at the feed now, everything's back in the green, because what's in there now will go much further, because we've got far less animals in there. It's another 20 to take, which will be another 20. That's 40 grand on the pigs. That's pretty good going. We are actually building up the manure a fair bit, so potentially we've got a couple of options with that. We can either get a manure spreader and do a bit of fertiliser with that, or, and again I've probably misremembered this because I do that quite a lot, we can sell our manure at the biogas plants. Biogas plant, yeah, manure pays out 450. That's the same as silage. Oh, maybe we'll do that. How much have we got? Manure, 26,000 litres. That's not bad. We've got 33,000 litres of slurry as well. So we are going to get a slurry spread. Oh, that's what I haven't done either. I haven't been to check at the biogas plant to see how much digestate we had. After we sold all the stuff and we got the byproduct, we kind of went straight on to the next project, and it didn't dawn on me to go and check again. So that's something we need to do. Maybe while it's raining we can whiz over and have a look. A few odd jobs. Let's get the odd jobs out of the way. Right. We'll take these, sell them. Then we'll take the livestock trailer back. We'll lease the slurry spreader when we come to doing that, because I do want to do some slurry spreading. If we've got all that digestate, it would be mad not to. I mean, we could sell it, we could take it all up to Jeremy's farm where we did the first lot. It doesn't pay out that well. You know, he's only got a limited supplies and places he can get rid of it. It doesn't have a huge value. You can sell it, but potentially for fertilising it's worth more because it's free as the fertiliser. You know, it depends, because certain farms in certain areas around the world will pay out far more for digestate. Some places you can't sell it at all, no one wants it, but it all depends on your local area. Job done. Close that back down. Take this back. Cool. Back at the store again. We've decided, I was just on the phone, to buy one of the skip backs for the truck. Mesh Pellets have got one of these, and I honestly think it's a brilliant bit of kit. Very, very handy. 20,000 litre capacity, does a few different haul jobs. The great thing is, because we've got a trailer hitch in the back of this, what potentially we can do when it comes to hauling, we can either use the fifth wheel and have a larger trailer, or what I can do with the trailer we've got, the Gilly Bear, which is 30,000 litres, we could potentially have this and the Gilly Bear hooked on the back of this and have 50,000 litre capacity with what we've got already. This only costs 9,000 for the back on that, and detaches just like that. So, bit of a no-brainer. So what we're going to do is, again, we kind of talked about it, with these big bag or big pallets are, again, I've got loads of stuff in here. Where are we? These ones here. This is the one I've used quite a lot on various different Let's Plays. I used it a lot on Washoe and a few others. That's solid state fertiliser, 2,400 litres for 2,500. It doesn't really get much cheaper than that. There might be some modded silos you can get it from, but what we're going to do is buy a few of these. I'm going to take a whole load back and we're going to put it into the silo. And then we've got a whole load of it. So if we do come to fertilising, we can use the lime spreader, or what I bought to be a lime spreader. We can use it for fertiliser spreading as well. It just kind of makes sense. So again, I didn't want to do that whole kind of all of a sudden, it's an hour's gone by, the sun's come out, we're starting to seed, and everyone's like, hang on a minute, where did all that lot come from? Where did the back come from? Where, you know, so it's what we're doing, it's what we're buying. And obviously I do not want this to get too wet. There's not a cover for this, is it? No. But I do want to at least get some seeding started before the end of the episode, because I want to try out the new seeder. Selfish, I know. So 546,000 left in the bank. If we do get a telehandler, switch out the JCB for a new telehandler in the next episode, I reckon, what are we looking at, 100 grand for a telehandler? About that, aren't we? About 100,000, we can go a little bit more maybe. We'll have a look and see what's available locally. Nice stable platform, long boom reach, faster speed, saves mucking around with weights and stuff that I've been doing. I think it's probably a good move for the farm as a whole. We're there. So I can use this to whiz back again and get some more seed as well. Put that into storage too, and then we're good to go. Because this goes at 55 miles an hour, we can get around the map a lot quicker with various backs and stuff on this. So between this and the old JCB for transporting goods and haulage, we've got it sorted now. Not with too expensive a price tag either. So, fertiliser and seed, both collected and delivered, so the money has gone down a little bit more. The rain has finally stopped. It wasn't quite the 2 o'clock I was anticipating. 4:35, we're going to start losing light again. So what we're going to do, grab the seeder, grab the front tank, and let's start getting some seed in the ground. We are soybeaning again. Oh, I just say, look at the fuel. We haven't got a fuel point here, have we, at the farm? I might have to pop along to the petrol station. So, let's test out our new seeder. Fold it up while we're in the yard. So, front section, power harrow here, which is actually, you might imagine, powered. We've got our openers, our seeding units, closing wheels, rakes, it's all there. Everything as it should be. 2,000 litres, but we need to change that to soybeans. What a day. All of this is new to us. New tractor, new seeder, new front tank. The happiest of days. It's all good. Right. So put it out. Let's get cracking. I honestly thought the rain wasn't going to stop. I know things have changed a lot. When everything first was released, people were reporting 3, 4, 5 days of rain continuously. Don't think that's as bad now. But I did wonder, because we did go the first few days, and I did that episode where the harvester was filthy. It was so dusty. We hadn't really had any rain quite a while. I'm just thinking actually this tractor might not have enough horsepower. We are struggling a little bit up the hill. I mean it's doing it, it's pulling it, we're not wheel slipping, but because it's a power harrow as well, I think it requires a fair bit. I didn't even check the horsepower requirement. Just sort of thought, yeah, we'll be alright, we'll be fine. Now, bit of news with regard to the telehandler. Whilst we are a cooperative, so to speak, and we're all helping each other out, I do bits and bobs for Rob and Debbie and Rob do bits and bobs for here, the main farm, for Mick and Stuart. They are, like we said before, they lease their farms, so payments that come into the bank account include their kind of payments for their lease and all those kind of things. But their machinery is theirs, we kind of all use it and it's all just there. Debbie has asked if she can buy the JCB telehandler for the sheep farm, for moving sheep pallets around and various different things like that. Sheep pallets, wool pallets. Sheep pallets? It's a sheep pallet. Oh yeah, for moving wool pallets around. So we're thinking what we might do is sell it to Debbie at a knockdown price rather than sell it at the store towards the new telehandler. Might be a nice thing to do, mightn't it? So yeah, that's potentially what we're going to do. It's all doing what it should do in a very Kverneland kind of way. I just think we need to get away from that fixed 6 metre. We wanted a folding one. We haven't got the horsepower to go bigger. We could have maybe looked at maybe getting the 9 or a 12 metre. The planter was a 9, it's a 12 metre cedar. Or looked at other brands and other equipment, but like I say, we haven't got the horsepower to pull it at the moment. This seemed about the best fit. It's working rather well. And so, as I said at the start, it was going to be a little bit more, light. MrSealyp light version. We had a few more jobs to do. The rain did hamper our efforts somewhat, but that's just the way of things. It's not too much of a problem. But we did get some pigs sold and shifted for Rob. We did buy a whole load of new equipment. We are now seeding, now the rain has stopped, and we've also got some seed and fertiliser in, so it hasn't been a wasted day. Got a few bits done. But we have come to the end of this episode. Next episode, I'm not sure. I might, like I say, I might be taking a trip, might be going on holiday. So who knows? We might have one of our, might have a crossover episode. You never know. We'll see. Where might I be going on holiday? I wonder. So, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.